So, in today's video, I'm going to discuss how you're going to be or work on your value as a woman to be high value. I mean, it's a constant journey, there's no destination. I'm also working on myself to be high value. I consider myself to be of value, but the goal is to be high value, okay? So, today I'm going to discuss the few tips and mindsets that you should have so that as you work on yourself, you have these things in mind until you get to that place where you're considered high value. Okay, so let's get into it. So my first point is social media. Okay, the first impression that you want a stranger to have on of you is what you post on social media. Okay, you could be a good person, hell, you could be a virgin, but if you check out your social media is some raunchy outfits, some see-through, everything is hanging out, you can see your panties. No, even if it was a reasonable man who respected you and he gets a glimpse of social media, because I mean, nowadays um it's not about just the impression. People also want to look at your social media because social media is now part of our lives, all right? If someone kind of approaches you in your real life and then they come check your social media, even jobs, they do check social media nowadays. And then they see this version of you that is like raunchy and the things you are saying, they're just, no, X-rated, you're just so unhinged. Guess what? That's how you'll be treated, okay? And I'm not saying that you should be this restrictive nun, that you should be saying, you should come out of way. Social media is a free space where you should express yourself. I'm okay with that. If that's your style, you like crop tops and do, even me, I like crop tops, okay? But there's a way you do it. There's a classy way to it. There's always a thin line between sexy and trashy. Okay, you find a way to go about it. Okay, and if you don't care, because some people just don't care, you just want to do how you want to do you how you want to do you. Fine, you post what you want to post, but be ready to deal with what comes out of how you are perceived. Okay, people are not going to respect you if you act some type of way. It just is what it is. You will lose some points out of some things and you will attract some type, a certain kind of vibe or a certain kind of men from what you post or what you present. Okay, it's like that even in real life. Okay, but especially on social media, ladies, I know there's trends, you want to participate in trends, you want to wear some certain kind of clothes, and mark you, not all clothes are for all body sizes. Some things look good. No, someone who is skinny can wear something really tiny and they look good. It doesn't look obscene, okay? And then someone a bit curvier, a bit heavier wears the same thing and it looks, it looks raunchy, it's not giving, okay? Find a way to work on, find your style, find how you need to work with your body, and then have a something clear on on what you want to post on social media. When you were younger, you wanted to post alcohol, wanted to post you going out with your girls. Been there, done that. Okay. I had like almost 20K followers on Instagram. I was not even doing anything. It was just selfies and good times. Okay. But now I'm not that girl anymore. I'm not going to be posting that on my social media. Everyone nowadays, cocktails are not the highlights of my life. Can I post? Yes. But am I going to be doing it like, blowing smoke in the screen? No, please. No, please. Because I don't want to be associated with that. I am not that. I don't want to attract that kind of audience to myself. Okay. I don't want to be assumed as that. Okay, it gets to a point to grow up and some things just kind of fall off. And especially if you want to, establish something like a business, a brand on these streets, you have to be very intentional on what you put out there. Don't be just putting things out there. Digital footprints are real. I don't know how, I don't know why people feel like they can just archive you or screenshot something about you and then wait for your downfall to put them out. It's just people. So why would you put something that will incriminate you in future? Someday you're going to be a mom, someday you're going to be a wife, and then here you're posting videos of you talking on men. Like, Come on, that is not respectable, it's not honorable, it's not graceful. As a woman, I'd rather you be stupid, but be graceful, okay? Have a demure, have demeanor, have demeanor to you, okay? Now my next point kind of ties down with my first point, which is be mindful, okay? When you're young, you don't really care about much. You want to post pictures, you want to look good, you want to show off your body, you want to show off your tits. But be mindful. You have to think about your future self. At some point you will grow. We always If I remember who I was at 17 years old, I you know, was I me? Yes. Was I like girly and all? Yes. But even then, I will take some funny pictures, but I will not post them. For some reason, I knew I was going somewhere. I knew I did not want to implicate myself in some way. Okay, some did make themselves to social media, but I was always, for some reason I just knew I had this sense of purpose, like I'm going somewhere. And now to come here to be this person on social media trying to talk to other girls. Imagine me talking from this place and I have such things from back then. I am so glad that I did that. Then it seemed like I was not so cool. It made me look like I'm not so cool. Other girls are doing it. Why are you not doing it? You have a beautiful body. You have beautiful skin. Why are you not showing off? The boys will tell me I'm mean. I don't want to share my beauty, but it's my beauty. Like my beauty is for billboards. It's not for entertaining boys. That's what I will tell them. Okay, and I was right because I knew I was going somewhere. And not all of us have that mindset. Of course, I had times that I really slipped up. Okay, but when it snapped back, I cleared my traces. Okay, if they find themselves back to the show video, I mean, it's okay, it's cool. I've already nishajisema, okay? But the next time you want to post your ass sitting on a sink with your titties out, hanging it out, be mindful, okay? And social media is very addictive, especially to us women, because we have a knack for attention. And the more you crave that attention, the more you'll chase it, the more you find yourself going even lower and lower. If today you post a bikini picture, you get a 10,000 likes. Next, you want to get 20,000 likes. And for you to get that 20,000 likes, you have to go even harder than the bikini picture. Before you know it, you'll be naked, just looking for likes, just looking for that cheap dopamine from strangers, from bots online. Ladies, love yourself, be mindful, have respect for who you are becoming. You are someone. That's why you're still alive. That's why you still have that pulse here. You don't want to look back and regret. No, we have seen socialites coming back and saying that they were rejected for good marriage proposals because of their digital footprints. Huh? And then it was, clout, it was opportunities, like now we have a slogan in Kenya that morals do not pay. You just do your thing, and we are seeing very raunchy videos going around. Others even have kids, and they don't care because they're paying bills. We do not come here on earth just to pay bills. It's part of life, but it's not the destination. We have a purpose you know. And when you have a purpose, you have vision. And when you have vision, it dictates how you walk, it dictates the things you do, the people you associate yourself with. And if you value your vision enough, if you value your purpose enough, there's some things you'll have even have grace. You not What I can say for myself is once you know your purpose, there's a level of grace that comes to you. Some things just melt away. You don't have a need to do some things. I know. There's a reason why I've not started my platforms with my outfits and my pictures because I don't want to lead with that. Will I do that in the future? Yes. Will I do all those? Yes. They're not going to be raunchy, but yes. But it's because I don't want to lead with that. I have a vision for what I'm doing here. I have a vision for what I want to achieve here, okay? It's very intentional. Yes, there's a reason why my first videos I'm doing it with my natural hair. Everything is very intentional because I want to lead as me. I want to start as me. I want an authentic audience because I'm an authentic person. Okay. I don't want to do things just to be relatable, just for the numbers and for the views. No. And I know for other creators, they're chasing the growth and good for them. Me too. I want growth. I want growth on my platforms. And I can lead with all of this, yes. But what am I going to do with men that I attract from thirst traps and whatever? No, that's not the vision. That's not the audience. That's not even the audience I'm targeting. No. So my growth may be slower, but I know the people who vibe with me will vibe with me and they will stick. No, I want to earn what is it? Value. I want to give value. I want to be, honest in what I'm doing. I want to present like real things, like real life. You know, I'm not going to be here stocking my fridge with 700 sodas while I don't even take sodas. So that's not me. I'm not going to do that. If I do it in future, fine. But I'm not leading with those things. I'm not leading with my materials, my handbags and shoes. You know, handbags and shoes are nice, but sorry guys, my background. I could lead with material stuff. I could lead with my looks, with my body, and all of that. But I know how I got here. Those things got me to the room, but I know what kept me in the room. And I know it's this. That's what I want to lead with. In the future, we'll do all those things. Okay. But not now. Not now. For those people who have been pressuring me to do, makeup and what, I will do those things. Just give me time. Okay. Anyway, I'm rambling to my next point. And another thing is having class and being classy. People mistake classy for money, wealth, flashiness. Yes, you can have those things. I mean, have you seen this phenomenon where someone can wear a very expensive outfit, everything designer head to bottom, but it's not giving. It's still they cheapen the designer outfit, they cheapen the designer thing. But someone just wear an casual white tee and jeans and they look so good because classy is how you carry yourself, it's how graceful you are. There's a lot of platforms on YouTube, even here on TikTok, of etiquette classes, finishing classes. Follow those pages, see how people carry themselves, see how people walk on heels. That's what makes you classy. It's not the type of way you can wear Louis Vuittons but you can't even walk in them. You cheapen them. Mm? Or you look good, you know how to walk in them, but once you open your mouth, the things that are coming out of your mouth, gosh, you curse. You don't know how, you have zero situational awareness, you don't know what to say when and to whom, you don't know how to be graceful, you don't know how to say please and thank you. To be a woman is to be graceful, is to be honorable. I'd rather you be poor, I'd rather you even not be intelligent, but you have to be graceful. You have to be disciplined. That will take you ahead, way far, far ahead than someone who has all the intellect and all the money and they don't know how to carry themselves, okay? So just learn to be graceful. If you feel like you're a bit crass, you see how you see some women that are just so soft, they're just so soft in how they handle things, how they talk, how they move, they say please and you feel like you want to give them the entire world. It's because they have grace. They have learned grace. They know how to walk, they know how to talk. Look at Marilyn Monroe. You can't tell me that she was not graceful. She was graceful, and that's what made her a star. In as much as she was very intelligent, if that was not even a thing, they did not even consider that. They only saw her beauty and her grace. Guys, if you want to go ahead, even these things that you're struggling with, how to do your makeup, you know how to do your makeup, but you keep attracting bumps because you lack grace. You're crude. You're crude in how you move, your mannerisms, how you talk. I mean, learn to be graceful, okay? Another thing is be independent, ladies. Nothing Nothing in this world, nothing is as bad as being a poor woman in today's society. You cannot afford to be a stay home anything. And if you are, you have to find a way to get something. You have to find a way to get something for yourself, even if it's just 100 bob. Nothing sucks like being desperate. You'll get out of character because you're desperate. You will settle for things that you do not like, that is not reflecting of who you are because you're desperate, okay? Find something for yourself. Money will always give you value. Money is choices. Money is freedom to men, to us women. For men, it's power, but for us women, it's freedom. You cannot lose that for anything. Even your babies, how will you take care of them if you have nothing? Hata kama you're being provided for, utaitisha kila kitu mpaka tishu, jamini. How are you going to be of value and you are begging? You're just a glorified beggar. No, don't do that. Don't do that. In fact, they give you more if they see you already have your own. So let's respect ourselves and work on yourself and find something to do that is going to give you something. It doesn't have to be much. Hell, it doesn't have to give you iPhone 17. You don't even need those things. You just need something to cover your nakedness as a woman. That way you can say no to some things. You don't have to get yourself involved in bottom of the shelves, bottom feeder activities. Please. Okay. Money will give you value. Money makes you high value. I don't care what anyone says. Okay. Another thing, chasing men. I don't know why in the history, I don't know how we got here, but we are here. This thing of coming out of just, you're fighting over a man. You're confronting another woman because of a man. I know we do, and most of the times, even these men, you don't even like them. You're just with them for survival. They're your rent. They're your food. Oh, that's why this point comes after being independent. The chasing just makes you just go from 10 to negative 100. It is not cute for chasing. It's not cute to be chasing. If you feel like you want this person bad, you should come introspect and look like what is it in me that is making me feel complete incomplete without this person, okay? Because really it's not about the person, it's about you. It's how they make you feel. Can you generate that feeling for yourself? Okay. If they're your survival, get a job. I'd rather you just go down and work a job instead of being out here snatching wigs from people because you found a text message. I will never fight for a man, not in this life. I don't care if I have 10 children for him. Once I found out he's cheating and doing, I'll just pack and leave. I'll just move and do my own thing. I'll go healing. I'm never going to do that because that is their choice. That's how they act. And I'm grown and smart enough to know that I can't change anyone. If Jesus died on the cross and people are still doing what they want to do, who am I? I'm not special, I'm not the exception. People will do what they want to do. Okay. So it's not in me to be chasing. I don't even chase opportunities. If they don't work, I take my L's and I move on. Okay. So, ladies, the chasing, if you are aiming to be a person of value, cultivate the value and you'll attract. The value will attract wherever you are. You don't need to do much. Trust me, your value will always attract. Your value will always attract, especially it will attract. The higher the value, the better the quality of the people you attract, okay? Which is pretty obvious. Just look presentable. Not flashy, not too expensive. If you can, do it, okay? But just be put together. Work with what you have. It doesn't take much to wear clean clothes. It doesn't take much to just shower, you know, get your face ready, some powder, some lip gloss, get your brows done. If you don't like doing it, get the microblading done, If you're into wigs, get nice wigs. If you like your hair braided, you know, go get clean braids, clean cornrows. Don't overstay with them to the point they look like they're dreadlocks, Even if it's their dreadlocks, get them retouched every now and then. Make sure your hair is professionally washed at least once a month. Okay. Get your nails done. If you don't want to get your nails done, like me, I've been on a break, so almost a month now. but just look presentable. Look presentable. As a lady, our beauty is what is we are made for. That's our value. And to be beautiful is not to be conventionally beautiful. Be beautiful in your own way. Work with what you have. Okay. How can you be value and you look trashy? You are rusty, you're crusty. Your skin is looking anyhow. You don't even care about it. You don't even drink water. You don't eat fruits. You look you look like you eat soil. Please take care of yourselves, okay? So the video is not supposed to be this long. So I'll see you in the next one, okay?